guys, so today I'm bringing you a very requested video, which was requested mostly through my Instagram because this is something I haven't really talked about on YouTube, which is all about my lip injections or my lip fillers. So before I start this video, I'm pretty much going to do the same thing that every other guru does on here, right? Or every other person that talks about getting their lips done, which is kind of a disclaimer, which is if this is a procedure that you are not interested in, if this is something that you don't agree with, which is fine, please don't come on here and leave comments about, you know, how I looked better before, or, you know, you don't agree with it, or whatever kind of comment you were planning to leave me. Please refrain from doing so because it's really unnecessary, and I know I'm going to get comments about my hair, which actually is just the blue. Like, if you guys know, my hair is really short. I just clipped my old green extensions into it today. But yeah, so, you know, when I shaved my head, I told myself I'm not going to dye my hair bright colours anymore. And I did last for a while, but bright coloured hair makes me happy. It's what makes me happy. Doing my lips made me happy, and this is how I like to look. This is how I feel like me. So yeah, I ended up going back to the coloured hair like I said I wouldn't. Please remember when you leave a comment that I read it and I am only human, and I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this. I feel like I have every right to look, well, everyone has the right to look however they want. And I used to be really against cosmetic procedures until I was like, why do I care what other people do with their body? Why does it matter to me? It doesn't affect me. It's their bodies. You got to make your own decisions about what you want. So yeah, I kind of got over that, and I always had really big lips. You guys, if you followed me for years, know that I have a really big bottom lip. I always had an issue with my top lip being a little bit asymmetrical, and also was a lot thinner than my bottom one. And I really like the look of, I guess, fairly evened lips. Like, my lips aren't overdrawn right now. I just wore gloss, so you can pretty much see the size they are now. But I started getting lip fillers last year, at the end of last year, maybe around September, I think, and I've had it done one other time since then, which was just the other week. I didn't talk about it the first time. Not that many of you guys really picked up on it, which is great because, you know, the idea wasn't for it to look like I'd had work done. But yeah, so I have had my lips done twice, and the reason I'm doing this as well and is because it does really annoy me when people feel like they have to hide or be ashamed of anything they've done to change their appearance, and I'm all for being really open about it. So I'm just going to be open about it so you guys, I can answer every question I've ever been asked about lip fillers, which is so many questions, and I can give you straightforward truth of my experience, and then you can decide if it's for you or not. So please watch my video if you're interested, and you can decide after for yourself if this is a procedure that you're interested in. If you are, and you like the look of my lips, and you live in Melbourne, I have a coupon code for the place that I go to. I've gone to them twice. Both times I've been really happy with the person I've gone to. I can really recommend the lady I'm seeing at the moment. Her name is Chloe. And if you are interested and you live in Melbourne, then you can go ahead and use my name, my YouTube name, all dolled up, and go in and get yourself $25 off. Another reason I wanted to talk about it is because I think people have started to assume that lip fillers as a norm look really bad because, you know, from shows like Nip Tuck and from the media, and you're seeing celebrities going all overboard and everything. You see these crazy big duck lips and you think, oh, okay, I liked the idea of getting lip fillers, but I don't want to look like that. And I'm here to share with you that that is actually not the norm. That is when you choose to inject things like silicone in your lips, or you put too much filler in your lips, or you put a lip implant in your lips, and that's when you get that really crazy look. So when I was looking into getting my lips done for the first time, I went by recommendation, which is always a good idea. If you know someone that's been to somewhere first and you've heard good things about it, then you know you're pretty safe to go and go there. So I'd heard about this place in Melbourne through the Australian Skin Clinics in the new Emporium building, and I heard that they were really good and they had a really good price deal at the time, so I went and got them done first time, and this was the second time that I went. So to start with, the number one question I get asked is, how much does it cost? Well, it all depends on where you live and what product you're injecting and what deal they have at the time and how much product you're getting injected. So as a whole, you're generally looking around the like $400 to $500 mark per mil of product. For your standard higher, now you can correct me if I'm wrong with how I pronounce this, hyaluronic acid fillers. So it's like a water-based acid fillers, and your standard acid-based fillers, your number two big ones are Restylane and Juvederm. Your other ones are Perlane, and these products can add shape and structure to your lips, they can give them definition, and they also obviously add volume. And you can use these fillers in other places in your on your face. A common misconception is that these fillers are what people are putting in their lips is Botox, or you put too much Botox in your lips. It's not Botox, it's a filler. What the Botox does is actually freezes the muscle, stops it from, it basically stops the muscle endings, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, you don't want that shit in your lips, and that's not what you put in your lips. Just so, that's another thing that I get asked a lot of. Before I went and got this done, I'd obviously played around with other lip enhancing techniques. Obviously if you're under the age of 18, you're probably not looking into getting this procedure, and I probably wouldn't have got it before 21. But that's just me. Like, I feel like I'm at an age where I can make the decision and get it, because it is a minor cosmetic procedure, but it is a cosmetic procedure that permanently changes your appearance, and you really do need to think about it before you do it, even though the product does dissolve over time. Now, lip fillers are the only things, and permanent cosmetic procedures are the only things that can give you permanent results to make your lips look bigger. There are lip pumps on the market. I'm not even going to get started on this stupid Kylie Jenner lip challenge thing that's going on at the moment. Are you guys serious? Like, any cosmetic surgeon can tell you that girl has had a lot of filler in her lips, that it's not makeup. Makeup can only do so much. She's had fillers. So, and when you suction on like a shot glass for that long, something like that, you can damage your lips, and you don't want to be doing that. So anyway, I'm going on a different target there, but yeah, lip fillers are and permanent lip procedures are the only things that can give you long-lasting results to make your lips look bigger. Another thing I wanted to say is that before I go through the procedure, is that it's really important with any cosmetic procedure to keep your expectations realistic, especially with something like lip fillers. If you, like, we all adore Angelina Jolie's lips, but unfortunately we cannot achieve that through pretty much any cosmetic procedure, as far as I know. If you overfill your lips with lip filler, you will not look like Angelina Jolie. You'll just look like you've had way too much filler put in your lips, and people that have had too much filler in their face, it really takes away from the rest of your face, I think. So that's another thing I wanted to say. If I was going to make this video, I really wanted to state the importance that you want to take it slow. Less is always more, and it's better to start off smaller than go too much, because it's your face that you're dealing with, and you don't want you know, that's why you should also make sure you go to someone good, because you want to make sure that they're giving you sound advice and not recommending that you get more product so they sell more. So that is never good. Okay, so some of the different products that they inject, like I said before, Restylane, Juvederm. They're the two #1 most common ones. I use Restylane. I've used Restylane both times. I'm really happy with the results. There's little differences between Juvederm and Restylane in doctors' opinions and other people's opinions about what looks better and what lasts longer, but they're much of a muchness. They're two different brands. As a whole, they're the same thing, but there are some small differences. If you want to look more into that, then jump online and read all about Restylane and Juvederm before you decide what you want. The place I go to uses Restylane, and I've always been really happy with the results. I'll run through the procedure. What happens is you go in on the day, you obviously book ahead, and they will sit down with you and run through what kind of look you want to achieve, and if you have any allergies or basic things like that, and just basically determine what you want to achieve. So what I wanted to achieve was I wanted a fuller top lip, a slightly poutier bottom lip, and I wanted my top lip to be evened out. So over 2 sessions I'm really happy with how my lips look now. And then they basically put you in a chair, and you have the option of either getting 2 methods of anesthetic. The main 2 ones is numbing cream and dental block. I used dental block the first time I went, and this is basically just injections in your gums, and they aim to numb out your mouth. And then the other option is just a numbing cream, which they rub all over your lips, and they leave it on there for about 10 minutes, and then you basically feel like you're drooling everywhere even though you're not, and they go ahead and do the injections then. I got the dental block the first time. You usually have to pay a bit extra for it, and in my opinion, the pain was the same. The pain of the actual procedure was the same, and the most painful part of the procedure was the dental block. The injections in the gums really hurt. So my personal choice is that I just liked using the numbing cream. The numbing cream, I find that also the injector tends to be a little bit more gentle than when they use the dental block, because there's less numbing, which means you get less bruising. So I got much less bruising the second time around when I used the numbing cream. So they put the numbing cream on the last time I went, and then they usually use 2 syringes if you're getting 1 ml. 1 ml is kind of the standard. That's what I got this time and the last time. And they do tiny little injections along the edges of your lips. And what they do is they basically put the needle in, they pull out, and then while they're pulling it out, they're injecting the product into your lips. They'll do quite a lot of injections, and they'll run them all along the edges, and then they do a few in here to kind of plump out the middle bit, and then I get a few in there. I usually get about 80% of the product in the top of my lip and 20% in the bottom. And then that's basically the procedure done, and then I walk out and I just put ice on my lips. First thing, pain. Does this procedure hurt? It does hurt. I've had quite a lot of piercings in my life. I've never had any tattoos, but I've had quite a lot of piercings, and the pain was not as bad as some of the piercings I've had, but it's unpleasant. It's unpleasant, but it's not unbearable. I usually just get a bit of watering in my eyes. It's like a bit of a stinging, you know. But it's totally, you can totally handle it. It's totally handleable, I promise you. I've had it done twice now. If you're squeamish about needles, seriously, you're closing your eyes the whole time. You don't even think about it. So pain level, it all depends on your personal pain tolerance, but I say you can handle it. It's nothing crazy. Something I've noticed a lot of people on YouTube haven't talked about is the healing process after you get your lips done. They basically talk about the procedure, and then they're like, here are my beautiful, beautiful lips, and this is the result. And no one has talked about, as far as I've seen, the healing process of this, and this is something I want to tell you guys about because first time I got my lips done, I freaked out. I got some really adverse swelling, and I'm going to show you a bunch of photos up here. There'll be some more pictures at the end of the video, but this was my lips at their worst. So yeah, my lips looked like this, and I was absolutely freaking out. As you can imagine, I was like, what have I done to my face? I've ruined my face forever. I don't know how I'm going to recover from this. And then a couple of days later, it was fine. They looked perfect. It's one of those things, everyone is different. Some people get no swelling. I got really bad swelling both times. And then I got some minor bruising. There's a cream called Hirodroid cream, which is for bruising, which I used on my lips to help with the bruising. But generally, seriously, give yourself some time out from work if you're going to get this procedure, just in case you happen to get swelling like me. You might not, but there is a big chance that you will. Give yourself maybe 2 days off where maybe if you work during the week, take the weekend off, get it done Saturday morning, and give yourself 2 days to recover from it. They just get a little bit sore, and that's about it. And yeah, so I just thought I'd tell you that. Do make sure you give yourself time to heal, because you never know how bad your swelling is going to be. And after that, everything is fine. Now that's pretty much the procedure, and now I'm just going to run through some more questions that I've been asked on my Instagram. And if there's anything else I haven't answered after these questions, please feel free to pop them down in the comments box and I will answer you. I will make sure I answer you this time. Are your lips still soft, and have you kept your natural lip shape? Some things that people are worried about when they get their lips done is that they're going to feel really hard, or like there's marbles in your lips, and that you're going to lose your Cupid's bow. Okay. You can lose your Cupid's bow if you put filler too much up here and you're really overloading on the amount of filler you're putting in. I didn't want my Cupid's bow or the natural shape of my lips to change, so they didn't put too much in. My lips are a little bit firmer, but I, again, don't have a crazy amount of filler in my lips. I have altogether maybe about 1.5 mils in my lips. So they're not really firm, and you can get those little marbles, that marbly feeling of the product in there. All you need to do is gently massage it, and the product actually disperses, believe it or not, and just spreads out through your lips, and those marbles disappear. How long does it last, and is it permanent? No, it is not a permanent procedure. Generally, as a whole, I'd say that it lasts around 6 to 9 months. So I look at getting mine redone every 6 months. And that's a pretty good average to go for how long they last. I probably would advise going for something permanent because it's permanent. The great thing about filler is if you don't like the look of it, they can actually inject it with a product that completely dissolves the filler and your lips go completely back to normal. So if you hate it, it can be removed. And also it does break down over time, so if you feel like it's too much, it's not a big deal. How much filler do I need? I can't answer this for you. You need to go and see an injector for this. I had naturally pretty big lips, so I could put a bit more product in. I would never advise going and put too much product in to begin with, but I'm not a cosmetic surgeon. I'm not a so I can't tell you how much you need for your lips, and it all depends on what kind of look you're going for. Is there any chance I will have a reaction to this procedure? It's very unlikely that you will have a reaction to this. The acid, I've been told that this is a naturally occurring product in the body, and that the amount of reactions that people have had from this is so tiny. All you have to really worry about is the swelling that you'll get at the beginning. Will my lips look botched or like I have duck lips? Again, like I talked about earlier, if you go ahead and put a crazy amount of filler in your lips, yes, they probably will look like duck lips, but that's why you don't put too much product in. I would also recommend to listen to your injector when it comes to things like making sure your lips are proportionate with your facial features and in correlation to your age. Older women usually don't look good with too much filler in their face. When will I start to see results? You're going to see the results of the filler straight away. but they're not going to be realistic results. Give yourself up to a week to get a really good idea of what you're going to look like with those fillers. And if you feel like after a week that you still hate it, well, the initial swelling will all be gone by then. So that's when you go back to the injector and talk about what you want to do from there. But yeah, so I would generally give yourself a week before you freak out and you decide you hate it, before you go and get them reversed. That's pretty much all I can think of. Like, I've been asked so many questions, and I really hope that this was of help to you guys. Like, I love my lips. I'm so happy with them. If you do want to go in Melbourne and go to my lady Chloe at the Australian Skin Clinics, then please feel free to use my coupon code, my name, and you can go and get yourself a sweet $25 off that procedure. Just for you, so you know, in Melbourne, at the place I go to, they have a general kind of reduced rate of $399 per mil of product, and then you'll get a $25 discount off that, so it'll be $374. I know that sounds like a bit, but it is a cosmetic procedure, and cosmetics procedures are expensive, but I think it's worth it, and I really love the results. Again, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me, and I hope this was of real help to you guys, and I look forward to bringing you another video very soon. Okay, thanks guys, bye!